The rain hammered against the grimy windows of Jack's cramped apartment, mirroring the relentless pounding of worry in his chest. Another eviction notice crumpled in his trembling hand. His mother's cough echoed through the thin walls, a constant reminder of their desperate situation. This wasn't some quaint English story for listening practice, this was his life, a harsh struggle story playing out in real time. He wasn't some character in an audiobook, he was Jack, a poor boy facing a mountain of debt and a mother's failing health. He needed a miracle, and fast. He remembered the old stories his mother used to tell him, the ones she'd read aloud for his English listening practice. Jack and the Beanstalk, she'd say, her voice warm, even then, despite their poverty. A poor boy, a magic bean, a giant's treasure. Just a silly English story for kids with a moral, he'd thought then. Now, it felt like a cruel joke. Desperation gnawed at him. He had to do something. Anything. He scanned the room, his eyes landing on the old, dusty radio his grandfather had left him. It was practically an antique, more for decoration than actual use. But then, an idea sparked. He remembered his grandfather mentioning something about a hidden compartment. With trembling fingers, Jack fiddled with the back of the radio. A small panel popped open, revealing a single, large, unusually smooth bean. It shimmered slightly, an iridescent green unlike any bean he'd ever seen. Could it be? He dismissed the thought as foolish. It was just a bean, a random object his grandfather had stashed away. But what if? What if it was the bean? Driven by a sliver of hope, Jack decided to take a chance. He had nothing left to lose. He traded the radio and the bean at the local pawn shop for a small sum of money, enough to pay the rent and get his mother some medicine. He felt a pang of guilt, a foolish hope extinguished, but it was overshadowed by relief. At least they were safe for now. Days turned into weeks. His mother's health improved, and Jack managed to find a part-time job. Life was still hard, but they were managing. The bean, the magic, it had all been a figment of his imagination, a childish fantasy from an English story for learning English. He focused on his work, on taking care of his mother, on simply surviving. He even started listening to English stories for listening practice again, finding a strange comfort in the familiar tales. One evening, while listening to an English story for speaking practice, a news report interrupted the broadcast. The local museum had been robbed. The stolen item? A large, iridescent green bean. Jack froze. The description matched the bean he'd found in the radio. But how? He rushed to the pawn shop, his heart pounding. The pawnbroker remembered.